Good morning, chat. Hope y'all are doing fantastic today. Plans. Let's see about getting the what is now called Mana Spark finished. Things missing there. The visual is not quite what I want, and I also want the projectiles to be able to home in. Not strong homing, just like a little ability to curve themselves. Let's see. Wait. There we go. But before all that, startup. Uh-oh. Why do you have an update? Well, at least it was fast. Oh yeah, and actually get a bunch of our branch commits squashed and pushed to master or main. That's the other thing I want to get finished today. Depending on how long that takes, we'll look and see what there's time for. You just updated, and then you launched so you could update again. Come on now. That's silly. Long week, man. Long week. And it occurs to me, I still need to file my taxes. Ah! I've got like 3 days to do that, right? Which means I probably am going to be doing that tonight. USA Tax Day. Yeah. Yeah, I've got no time left on that. Yeah, I guess we'll be doing that tonight. Alright. That's actually something I'd love to be able to show you guys is, I know there's quite a few of you that will be needing to file your taxes in the next year or so. Being able to demo that would be awesome for some of my viewers. But I cannot think of any safe way to do that. Yeah. Actually, is this faster? Yeah, it is. But it's not as fun. Hold up. We're doing another way to spend our... Excuse me. Oh, wait, but if I go do that, I won't get double right now. Never mind. For normal weeks, the weekly game mode that's like a sort of like a roguelite. That's the more fun way to spend wave plates if I'm trying to get echoes. But since we've got double echoes this week, this is definitely the way to go. But I am ready for this event to be over. Same thing that I said about Genshin, where when they do this, your entire week is planned for you. Because you would be very foolish to not take advantage of the double rewards. And there we go. One more after this, right? Yeah. And let's change up a little bit. Got that. And done. Okay, daily's completed. Can I get more of these? Okay. Yes. Good. Chat, where are we going? Ah, okay. Okay. Did I get the thing? Not quite. Hello. And good. Got lotto stamps. Hooray. Ah! Okay. Oh yeah, with 12 days to go, we get 3 per day. There's absolutely no way we don't get everything. Probably gonna have that finish in about 4 days, I'd guess. What was this? Oh, this is one of the, not racing, but kind of like an obstacle course challenge. I can do that real quick. Startup has gone real fast today. Hello, Roboman. What do you want me to do today? Woo! Arrgh! Get some air, please. Okay, we've got flight tracks now. Which means I probably don't even actually need to steer. Yeah. Even the ones that are off to the side, it auto aims for you. Man, with such a monumental mess up, still getting a perfect score? But it is nice sometimes having those easier events. Right, I should attempt to get 3 echoes. Not on this island, though. Enemies here are too strong. There's a good group. Probably right around here. Or not. That'll work. But game's deciding to be rude. Ooh, game. Hold it together. There we go. The heck? Why am I not getting any echoes today? I mean, I guess I can do some bosses real quick. Those are all but guaranteed. I'm dodging, I promise. Game. Easy peasy. Okay. Grab this guy. Hey, Zemius. How's it going? Going good, just semi-AFK. Fair enough. Fair enough. Sure. Why not? I would not mind having a ridiculously overpowered Encore at some point.
Administering first aid.
And done. Sweet. Got that taken care of as well. Not doing that. Got that done. Probably make another attempt at that at some point, but I cannot stand this mode. Like, the enemies are just made ridiculously tanky. And I don't find it fun. But I do want that Astrite or whatever it's called. Astrite, there we go. I did remember the name. Anywho. Let's get to work. I think I made some notes for myself. Yes? Yep. Seems wild to me that even 0.2 of a second is too long, but it is. I feel better about that. Okay. Okay, what's next? Right, the aiming. Hmm. Do I want to put this in the base projectile class? Or do I make it its own node that operates on projectiles? I kind of like that idea. It jives well with the whole design I was doing for the hurt box with knockback. Where did I put that, though? Oh, it is in common scene. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's make a behavior folder in here. And this is going to just be a node. Actually, it should not be a node, it should be an area 2D. Wait. Right. I'll have to mimic the way Hitbox with Record is handling targets. That's fair enough. Projectile homing. All that. Actually, let's call it homing. So that has to come out of there. And we're going to put it in util. That's not... Okay. Got that. Fix the code up here. Let's simplify that a little bit. Probably don't want this targeting attacks on other. But I can handle that over there. I think we're good. Oh, right. Simplification. I want to do that. This should not be hitbox with record. This should be area 2D. Which means I can't just reference this from it. Good, so that works. Got that. Fantastic. Homing. Tap script. First, and copy some of the stuff from like this. That's almost right. Oh, come on, there's gotta be a method to say remove an instance of. What does erase do? Global enums. There we go. Yep. So the idea here is I don't want the attacks aiming for each other because the idea is when you're in a fight, you want your attack to hit the enemy, not necessarily to hit incoming attacks. But if they happen to hit, so be it. Later on, I may create a version of this that does home in on projectiles as like a defensive ability. Could be cool. There's even the possibility of creating something that changes an attack's target. That could be neat as well. So We will need a physics process. And we will also need, I believe, body. Right, I don't need to worry about collision because that's taken care of with this. Wait a sec. It's fine. Make this a node B. Ooh. Excuse me. Not quite right. This has to change. What code is this, or is this just a script? I don't understand the question. What do you mean, just a script? Hey there, Symbol. How's it going? Because a script is code. So the question doesn't make sense. This is Godot engine using GD script, right? And one thing you'll learn about me on the channel is sometimes, even if I know what the person is trying to ask, part of my process is teaching you guys how to ask better questions. So Godot doesn't use C++, no. Godot can use C#. But this distinction you have between code and script, there isn't. Script is code. Trying to make a jam game for IRAD's radial menu jam. Cool. Script is the file full of code. Do I agree with that? I would not say that the script is the file. Because in common parlance, you will also see people sometimes refer to as a section of code as a script as well. I'm not sure I would agree that it's universally the case that the file is the script. So the way you would ask that question, Zimius, is you would ask, what language is this written in? C# is a language, C++ is a language, and GD script is a language. There you go. One of the most important skills you can learn in order to learn better is how to ask questions and how to get to the root of what you need to know, sometimes just to be able to ask the questions you actually want to ask. All right, that works. On body entered. Need more gum gum? There. Let's also have this update on regular entry. Probably every... how often? Well, I'm glad. Big part of the reason for the channel is to help you guys learn. Let's see. How fast? Every 10th of a second? I think that probably makes sense. Good morning, still needs work. Let's rename this guy. Let's see. Set nearest target. I also want on body exited. I'm doing pretty good. Just doing some cleanup stuff, finishing up the projectile that we were working on last week. How about you? Well, I am glad that I'm able to explain things in a way that works for you. You haven't experienced that when you've been dealing with code? Well, I do have a decent amount of experience teaching people stuff. Still studying for classes. But progress is progress. If self dot get overlapping bodies. How would you script or code something like an animation backswing for damage point? So an animation backswing would be part of the animation. You would not code that typically. So if we're talking 3D models, that's going to be part of the animation data. That's not going to be part of code that you write. And I don't know what a damage point is in that context. You mean a hitbox? Maybe? This refers to it as represents the time between when an attacking unit attacks and when it can receive new commands. That's what you're talking about. Let me know and I'll try to dig into that concept. Yes, this is the thing you're asking about. I mean, that's just a cooldown. Really all it is. So you can handle that a few different ways. One, you can handle that in the animation data. And then you'll have your script say something along the lines of don't accept input, and then when the on animation finished, start accepting input. Something like that. Yep. The way I handle that for most of my stuff is just with a timer, though. here I've got an attack timer that says do an attack every 2 seconds. And then in my code, come on, go to method. Why are you? Hello? Oh, it's in character base, that's why I can't find it. Here we go. Here I say, okay, find my nearest enemy. And then tell it to attack. That simple. I actually might want to reuse this. Let's do this. Let's add a util for this. Get nearest is fine. Worse. Targets, I guess. Visible node. That's gonna be array of node. Can you use that in a way to get an increase in attack speed? For example, an item that allows you to hit faster. Sure. You just decrease the time on the timer. In order for that to be more robust, the way you would do that is store a local variable of some kind that is your basic attack speed. You would... So in my case, like my basic time would be 2 seconds. And then whenever I give the player a buff, I say set my timer to 2 divided by whatever ratio. So if I wanted 15% faster attack, I take that 2 seconds, divide it by 1.15. That's 15% faster attacks. Dude, ask away. What if it was dynamic? Is that even possible? Dude, stop apologizing for asking questions. That's why I'm here. Um, well, the thing we just described is dynamic. So, what do you mean when you use the word dynamic? Real time. The thing we just described happens in real time. Like, while the game is playing, your character picks up a buff, it recalculates the time for the timer, and works. Visible nodes isn't right. For node. If nearest. Oh, actually, there's an easier way to do this. Hold up. If search nodes size is or equal to 0, return null. Cool. Now var nearest equal to search nodes dot top front. And here, if at turn nearest. Huzzah! We're gonna have some fancy logic in here. Then finally return nearest. Can you do it without a timer? I'll wait for you to get back to answer that. Don't need that. Bar. Distance 1. Equal to global, or I guess it's in utils. Maybe not. You know what, let's just make a new function. I'm gonna be using this a billion times anyway. Oh, oops. Did that wrong. That'll be a float instead. There we go. I should probably move all of that over to utils, shouldn't I? Because it doesn't really make sense in globals. Yeah, let's do it. Welcome back. So you asked the question, can you do it without a timer? Yes. As with anything in programming, there's probably a dozen ways to accomplish anything. And no, I'm not gonna sit here and try to... I'm not gonna answer that because there's a billion different answers I could give, and we would be here for months for me to answer 100% all the ways you could accomplish that. What about just one way without a timer? I mean, the way that I said previously, you put that in the animation data. I already gave you 2 ways. Why are you apologizing? I'm messing with you, man. Okay, let's throw this in utils. Trying to make more sense to you? Good. When people, the term language for programming languages makes a lot of sense because just like with spoken language, you can communicate a point in dozens, hundreds, thousands of different ways. Same thing is true for programming. See that that our nudist is what? Why aren't you playing nice? Wait. What am I doing? Nearest is that. There. We don't even need that. If get global first node less than dist, then Eris. I should make a variable. Nearest is equal to node. And this new disk. There we go. There's a lot of ways to accomplish something. Depends on what you want. Don't know if it's the same with coding. Yeah. Used to spend hours messing around with animation data before. Just fun for you? Fair enough. But because I've moved that, I've now got a bajillion places in the code that need fixing. It's fine. Watching how it changed the way characters played or what they could do was especially fascinating. Ooh. Definitely should try to redo this. Warcraft 3 engine exact. Well, you wouldn't have had access to the engine, right? Like, that engine's proprietary. The editor? Fair enough. Okay. Much simpler. And it did have stuff like backswing damage points that you edit. How I knew about it. Oh. So backswing and damage points in that context is not a general programming thing. It's not a game dev thing. That is parameters that the developers of Warcraft 3 exposed so that you could mod it easily. What you're describing is modding, not programming. Now, there are mods out there that are created with programming, but that's not it. You've got like an exposed tool for editing those things. That's not programming. Yep. Is Yep. Yeah, because when you're programming, you're never going to have access to stuff like what you're describing in that editor. Yeah, if you wanted something like backswing in a game you're programming, you'd have to build that yourself. I guess you'd have to do something along the lines of dynamically changing the animation data. Guess that's how you do it. Or you could modify the timescale for playback, but you could definitely get into trouble with that. I think it would be a safer approach to dynamically change the animation data. Timescale is dangerous? Timescale is only dangerous. I mean, it's just as dangerous as basically anything else. Hmm. Our player. Sure. Let's see. All I know is I can cause all sorts of issues with multiple things if I put too much time scale. Meaning too high a number on the time scale. Yeah. One of the most frustrating mechanics you've come across in video game. The quirks of the game engines? Or do you mean like playing video games? Because if you mean just development, yeah, no, the quirks of the engines is absolutely the worst part. But there's no getting around that. But for gameplay, there's a lot. It's not a specific mechanic, but generally, I find it very frustrating when a game takes away player agency. And that includes things like stun lock or cutscenes. Anything where my character is forced to do something that's out of my control, it's super lame. And some cutscenes are fine, but a big aspect of it is the thing happening in the cutscene something that logically follows from what I've been doing? If not, then you're forcing me into something that isn't the character I'm playing. And that's just bad writing. How do you do ternaries in GDScript? Value if condition else, yeah. I prefer more gameplay than cutscenes. Cutscenes are good, but excessive amounts of them I feel like makes the game worse. Depends on the game. God of War Ragnarok has a lot of cutscenes, but I also would not state for a second that you need to take away any of them. And it's worth noting, because the writing is so good in that game, I don't feel like my agency is being taken away. One example of a cutscene where your agency is clearly taken away is the required death in games. So you're fighting a boss, you're actually beating him, and I've played games where you actually win in the fight, and then a cutscene plays where the boss beat you. Okay, so you've just taken my agency in this game, you've thrown it in the dirt, you've stomped on it, and said, you're gonna like it. So that's my thought there. The only other place that this might show up is here. Oh, we already fixed that. Okay. My code looks so much nicer now. Seriously? Now, in game dev, here's a pet peeve of mine. The fact that this doesn't work in Godot. In regular programming languages, this should work, because Node 2D is derived from Node, which means it is absolutely valid in this context to use it as a typed array. But the inheritance logic does not apply to typed arrays because of how they program them. Fortunately for me, I actually needed these to be Node 2Ds anyway, so it's fine. But it's still very silly. Guess you're rebuilding Godot to allow it? I mean, I've already rebuilt Godot to include one feature I wanted. Oh. Yep. Hold on. Black sugar, it's just an inline if statement. Don't know if script has an operator, but obviously statement. It's a classic support forum sin to say, why don't you just X? Instead of answering the question. Can be appropriate in some cases, but most of the time it's just dismissive. This is not that. Hate to break it to you. Why can't I select that? Oh, of course I can't use that. Oy. Very silly that I need to do that, but oh well. But now it's gonna let me do that. Okay. You do you, Godot. You do you. X. I think it might be time for a break. Been deep in the code for a while now. It's definitely giving me a headache. So. Let's see about doing the next stage of Terraria again. What can I do to get stronger? There might be a better whip I can get. That's an option. Let's see. Got the Seedler. Thank you. Where does it list tag damage? Oh, it's on the on-hit effects. Okay. Six, 7. 9. Oh. So I've already got the best one I can get. Well, that's lame. Unless I want to try to fight the Empress of Light, which I don't think I want to do that. Especially not without a flying mount. Which actually begs the question. How do we get the Witch's Broom? Oh. Of course. Peachy. And the way I play this game, I just butcher the world. Okay, I want to go straight down into this room. So flat in between two cacti. Right here. Of course, as a traveling merchant, when I want to do this. Of course. Maybe the guy won't have respawned. Yep, he's not there. Are you going to finally give me the item I want, Mr. Traveling Merchant? Nope. But what's the play, chat? I thought there was an item that lets you turn night to day in first. Terraria turn day to sundial. Enchanted sundial. How does one acquire this magical item? It has a 7-day cooldown period. That's lame. Oh, and you can only get it from fishing, so we're just never getting that item. Got it. I have zero interest in doing any level of fishing in this game. Come on, game. Let's go. This is probably the worst part of this boss, is you can't just go refight him. I guess Skeletron has the same setup, now that I think about it. Actually, a lot of bosses do, like Wall of Flesh. Gotta wait for the guide to respawn, though that's usually pretty fast. What other bosses? That might be it. could also do the Dungeon Defenders event. That could be kind of fun. Let's see if nighttime. He's allowed to respawn at night. Probably not, but who knows? Oh, there they are. Why is he so aggressive right now? Holy cannoli. Got it. Sort of. Yes, I got it. Woo! Oh, but I am in kind of a bad way, aren't I? Because I don't have a flying mount. This is gonna be an issue. Hey. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, this is bad. Right at the spawn. Oh, my goodness. No. Okay, we need to get these enemies away from... Oh god. All our characters are dying. I should have definitely prepared better. Luckily, this one is very easy. If you just don't jump. Okay. 13. And left. All right. One down. Just 3 more. Easy. Go ahead and finish up the one that we started. Okay. One more done. Vortex and Nebula. Don't really care about either of those right this second. What material do I need? I'm missing. Because I thought, go ahead and craft this stuff without beating the next boss. Oh, guess one way to find out. Hey guide, how do I craft this? No, 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 no. You're not allowed to require Luminite. That's illegal. I need an ancient manipulator. How does one acquire an ancient manipulator? Oh, I have one. Somehow. Don't ask questions, chat. It is. But at the very least, I can make this staff. Will be very helpful. Goodbye, Tiger. I don't need you anymore. I have something better. So I would like to reroll this to Ruthless. I doubt I have the money for it. Oh yeah, that's oof. Please? Pretty please? Nope. So this guy's a little different. He doesn't care about terrain at all. And as long as he's being aggressive, he's probably the best minion in the game. But he's not always being aggressive. What is that? Whoa! Whew. Oh, dang it. 1 second, guys. It got dark all of a sudden. Yeah. Can't use only that guy. We'll use a baby dragon with a lot of UFOs. Yeah, because of how aggressive the UFOs are, they keep me a lot safer in multi-enemy situations. Okay, 5 more. Go. Nice. Okay. Done with that one. Hold on. Why were there only 19? I feel a little cheated there. Go ahead and hang that up. I'll put these materials way over here. Should probably get back to work. Let's do one run of this event. There you are. This should be okay. Checks the area and possibly instantly. Large, flat, open area. Well, I did that. Okay, let's try giving it more area. I would like it to not have constant wyverns. Maybe it's fine. Okay, that's about as wide an open area as you can get. Right? What? What's wrong? Fine. Will you be happy here? No. Of course not. What are the conditions? Because that description is not helpful. What counts as a large flat open area? Great question. Trying place in a variable, render that message without consuming crystal. Minimum of 61 blocks on either side of the stand required in order to place the crystal. The stand itself cannot be supported by platform. Okay, that's the first problem. Blocks. Okay, so maybe that's the only problem there. What? Blocks on the surface area actuated. 61 blocks either side of the stand. The stand itself cannot be supported by platforms. Additionally, to the left and right of the stand, blocks. I mean, how far? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Put this back. Okay. Other way we can do this. Excuse me. There we go. That'll work. And this is the Dungeon Defenders event, guys. Normally, this is like a tower defense mode. But I don't have any of the tower defense items yet. Also, this is definitely close to that. Probably should have done this before triggering the big event across the world. Probably. Oh, this thing does slowly heal. Good to know. Oh, I can fast forward that. Good to know. Ooh. Little tankier. We good? Yes. Ooh. Any fun drops? No. Don't remember how many waves this thing has. Ooh, new weapon. So we're definitely past the point where it's that useful. How much does that do? Oh. Interesting. So my whip can do a lot more damage. Dragon egg, nice. Oh dear. Yeah, definitely lost that. Oh dear. Hopefully the dragon can be killed? Yes, I think we got the dragon. Yes, we did. Cool. What is that? Oh, is this a new light pet? Nice! Finally have a decent light pet. Dragon looks like that. I think I'll keep my chicken. So what all could we afford? Where is he? There he is. There you are. I can afford nothing. Alright. That was fun. Can't even afford the storage thing. Dang. Oh well. Okay. What's our next step? We've got our nearest target. Projectile base E. Plate homing probably should only apply to projectiles. And projectile base needs rotation speed. Bardier equals that. A direction. Var max delta going to be there's probably a simpler way to do this, but I don't know it. Rotation. And rotation is that. Yeah. Hmm. This isn't right. Target angle. Call it. If absolute value of that is less than max rotation, then act dot direction to target direction. Else act dot direction. Rotated by max rotation times sine of the target angle. Right. So what's gonna blow up? There we go. Oh dear. There's a lot there. Well, we knew this was gonna break many things, so we're fixing it. Slowly but surely. The good thing that basically everything gets tested every time I run the game. Like, there's almost nothing that doesn't get hit. Valid type function. Comparison. Doesn't have type is a and I see what that element is? No? Okay. I don't need that anymore. But it does extend note. Maybe... Maybe I need to downcast it? That's not the right word. But I think you guys know what I mean. Oh, I need to make it a typed array. That's dumb. I think I'm safe. Maybe. Who knows? We'll find out. Can't really tell if it's working. How could I test this? I could disable the collision on it. That would do it. Well, safe to say homing is not working. Oh. Of course it wouldn't be working. Haven't added it yet. About how far should be able to handle that? Go with 100 pixels for now. Whoa, that was wrong. Huh. What is going on? That's so weird. So clearly the rotation I'm doing is wrong. What am I doing wrong here? Okay, so it needs to go in the opposite direction. Oh no, that's... Oh, that's right. That's opposite direction. Back direction. It's like it's working and then it's just not. What on earth could be happening? And more importantly, how can I find out? So let's make sure, first of all, that it is this thing causing the problem. Yep, it's that rotation. All right. So it's this line of code. That's the issue. All right. What if that does it? It's not going to do it, but I want to see what happens. Oh. Well, now they're really bouncing. I don't get it. Oh. That'll do it. That was very silly. Yeah, no, that was 100% on me. I did a dumb. There we go. And for funsies. Doesn't seem like that actually increased much. Okay, let's try that. Okay, it is working now. Good. And let's go ahead and grab a video of that. Hey there, Citrus. How's it going? Fighting sleep? Don't fight it. It's good for you. Dude, I'm loving how these projectiles are looking at this point. Kind of want to shave off a little bit on the particle trail here. But it's probably fine. Homing, projectile, test 1. Cool. That's done. $400 should be plenty for that. Okay. Let's turn collision back on. And let's just actually fight the enemy once. See how it feels. Oh, with that attack speed, he's not going to have any time to do anything. Let's let him spawn some enemies first. Kind of cool. And I'm very satisfied with the shadows. I still would like to be able to make it so they don't overlap like this, but it's probably fine. Cool. Create a homing node for projectiles. One thing that would have been a neat design pattern to use is have all logic stored within individual nodes, so that instead of coding out the behavior of each enemy, you just attach nodes for what behaviors you want it to have. I'm sure that that would have crazy limitations and it would be painful in ways I'm not imagining right now, but it would be really cool. Do I want to try and fix the bug with the player attack today? Yeah, let's at least take a look at it. I don't think it'll be too bad to fix. I think I know what's causing it. This condition is wrong. Or not. Okay, so maybe I don't have an idea of how to fix this. Because that logic seems right to me. Huh. Huh. Yeah, I don't have the brain for this today. I already used up all my brain. Here. Now let's get this branch looking nicer. That here. Moved global position utils. Created get global distance. Reworked box with record. Include max total hits, not just max per target. Moved set collision to utils needed for other area to be seen. Okay. Pop. Started rework of sync shadow. To use position instead of offset. Still figuring out. Okay. Reworked tax to use position instead of offset rights. Works by turning Y sort off at base node. Okay. What's in here? Cool. Don't really need that, but sure. Climb spikes. What happened? Oh, yeah. Ditched fancy shadow shader. Need an overhaul if ever. LA base broken by these changes. Need to revisit. but I'm fine with it being broken. Not a big deal. I mention... I think I did. Code. Hide projectiles. Badoop badoop. That's in the wrong place. Now it's in the right. Part of the position rework. Height detection. Position. Logic. X. Use. Okay, got that. Slime ball. And that guy's rotating again. Hooray! Added through shadow. Cover nation. Crystal. Boss base. Fine. Is of the nearest node to control utils. Yep. That's part of the move. Slime golem. I'm just gonna trust this. Character base. That's finding nearest. Novice. Mostly just having fun. On puddle. Not really sure what that was. Project. Fine. Sandbox Playworld. Don't worry about that one. Me Sprite. Fine to not. Trader test. What was I testing here? I have no idea. Better save it just in case. Test projectile. Sure. Fancy shadow. That's the abandon. Generic particles. GD. Sure. Testing with that. All just line endings. Fine. S, water distortion. Faded water distortion to allow don't need to save those. Tools, yes. Yes. Let me double check you. What else was vision code? Oh, that's everything. Okay, so what am I gonna call this giant chunk of work? First projectile and positioning refactor. Bob, it's a good name. Okay. And I should probably get off of this branch at some point. Yeah, let's get a new branch going. First off, oop. Create slide. That's the order. Yeah, this is gonna be bug fix stuff. Cool. Branch here. Bug fixes. Attack. Shadows. Damage indicator. Long branch name, but it's fine. Beautiful. And I want to actually finish all 4 of these this week. That's my goal. Because this finishing up the slime boss has been hanging out for over a month and a half now, I think. When did this get committed? I guess that was only 2 weeks ago. Still. It's been hanging out way too long. Like, the orchestrator was back at the end of January. Yeah, no, that's... When did I actually start with the golem stuff? Probably around here. Yeah, so end of January, that's close to 3 months. Though there have been boss things in here. Still way too long. Okay. That, folks, is where I'm going to call it for today. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. If you did, please check out my Ko-fi page, link down below in the description. There, you can help support me and the channel, and when you do, you'll get access to some dev tools I've made for you guys, and roles in the Discord. Above all, though, I hope y'all have fantastic day. Take care, everyone.